All right, we're gonna come now to this why deck. I don't know, maybe somebody been asking some why questions. All right, so we're gonna see what we get from the why deck. Wow, I just picked that up the other day in a message. Now this here may bring you some clarity. You've been asking like some why questions. All right. So why? So what? When? What they call them? I don't know. They conjunctions or what? The who, what, where, when, how. Okay. So we got a few. All right. We got a few we're gonna dive into. So Spirit say he's doing something for somebody to what? To teach you patience. To teach you patience. All right. We also have here you going through what you're going through, maybe because you are being tested. All right. Things may not be going right for you, or you may feel like you just a little unease. Why? To push you out of your comfort zone. All right. And then also you may see people going out of your life or relationships not working out. Why? To make space for something greater. Okay. And then we have here, um, maybe you're not one of those types. You like to take a leap of faith. If you like to see you like to see like the results before, or you like to know the ins and out of things before. But somebody's gonna be set up for a rude awakening because what? Because you are called to evolve. Because you got to go higher. All right. And why? Because you were meant for more. All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about these cards we have here, and I think those are very powerful, encouraging words there. Okay. So we're gonna start with to teach you patience. So let's see what somebody been going through, Father, so that they can know that maybe this here could be something for them. All right. So maybe you've been somebody that you like things to work pretty quick, fast. You want quick results. All right. You want things to work out accordingly. Okay. Um, but at the same time, um, it don't work out the way you expect it to. Why? Because Spirit is trying to teach you some patience. Okay? Because the thing to help you strengthen your patience or have that time for patience, that's when that uh that faith come in. All right? Because faith lines in with what? Persevere. Perseverance, it is about what? Patience. All right? But at the same time, perseverance also has a breaking point. Because I remember one time, y'all can do it, but I'm not going to do it all because of time. I looked up that word perseverance, okay? And when you read the definition of perseverance, it's saying like it's supposed to be something you supposed to endure forever, but you don't. Perseverance don't last always. So maybe if you read that definition and you see how maybe Spirit showed it to me, the word itself in the definition is like persevering is something that's supposed to last forever. No, the hell it don't. And when I read that, I denounced that. I can endure a little bit of perseverance, but I would not allow perseverance to be a part of my life. I would not. Okay? So, and then we have here the Two of Cups. Again, I feel like that's just what it is. You're somebody that kind of like things to work real fast, real quick. You want quick results. Okay? But it ain't going to always happen like that. All right? So things are being kind of knocked down, shut down, closed up, just to try to teach you some patience. Okay? You are being tested. Okay? We got the Eight of Cups. All right, you are being tested. Now, this Eight of Cups that talks about a lot of different things. Okay, this is kind of like going through the ups and downs, the highs, the lows. Okay, all right. But are you gonna stay in the midst of this? Okay, are you gonna keep pressing? All right. And just by you staying in the midst of this don't mean you just gonna stay there and be still. You still gonna continue to be moving along. But yet and still you may have some distractions, you may have some obstacles, you may have a mountain, you may have a hill, you may have a trench you have to go in. But are you gonna keep pressing forward? Are you gonna keep moving? Okay. That's the question. Or are you just gonna go on and get off course and go another direction? All right. Cause the card already say what you are being called to what evolve, and the more you go through, the more you grow. The higher level you can elevate. We go through our ascensions by what? The trials and tribulations we had to endure, the trials and tribulations we had to overcome. That's how you evolve. But in order to evolve, we had to kind of stay on our journey. It ain't been easy, it ain't been fair, it ain't been right, it ain't been just, but you still got to keep going though. Okay? All right. So this Eight of Cups, this just telling me you'll go if you have to go by yourself. All right. Talks about that abandonment. Maybe other people that were with you, they weren't up to going through all them damn trenches and going over damn mountains and going through the damn dark valleys, and everybody ain't for that. They be like, we gotta get to the city. Damn all this damn country dullness. So they may leave you. Okay? But just because they leave, but what your heart telling you. I think this kind of the same message going with that first one. So I feel like hopefully me and my squad can help you, okay? All right? Talks about that disappointed. You're going to be disappointed because the ones you thought that was going to be there with you, going to roll with you, going to hit elbows with you on this thing was going to stay there, but they didn't. Okay? All right? You finding the path. You're going to keep on. Why? Because you're going to keep going. Why? Because you're being tested in a way. They ain't being tested. You are. Okay? It says to push you out of your comfort zone. Okay? Because, see, they wanted to lead you back to maybe some comfort. All right? But by you going through what you're going through, it's taking you out of that comfort zone. Okay? Let's talk about it. There go the charity. Taking you out of that comfort zone. Because right here, look at that. He walked for so long, right? To the point where you got comfortable with all the walking to now. Okay? Spirit gonna put some wheels on you now. Okay? Okay? He taking you out of comfort zone, but yet it's still putting you in some comfort. Do that make sense? He's taking you out of your comfort zone, but at the same time putting you in some comfort. All right. So that talks about the directions, because now you kind of done made it through all that now. All right. So now you got pretty much, you know, the direction you want to go. You got that willpower now. You don't strengthen yourself. You don't build yourself up. You believe in yourself. Okay? And can't nothing deter you now. So now you got some comfort out of your comfort zone. Okay? And next we got here to make space for something greater. And what did you get greater? You went from walking to ride. Okay? That's making space for something greater. Let's talk about it. To make space for something greater. Look at that. Because now you believe in yourself. You're utilizing that willpower. All right? You have that desire. All right? You're at the point now, you're ready to start that creation. You're ready to start doing things now. Putting your hand in it now. Okay? Or putting your thoughts into it now. Okay? Writing the information or something like that about it now. Why? Because it's time to make space for something greater. Okay? The spirit already know what you want, they say, before you even ask for it, right? But they're gonna see, are you gonna how much of a will you gonna put into it though. Okay? I see transform. That's really right there. When you was pushed out of your comfort zone, that was a essential. That was a transformation. Because now you done graduated, going to another phase in life, unbeknown to you. Okay. Now it says because you are being called now to even go higher, to even be greater. Because you're being called to evolve. All right. And spirit gonna put you right where you need to be. All right. I see these same cars coming around. I feel that when you get to that state though, where you're being called to evolve, that's when you're gonna receive the additional things you need. You're gonna get to that point, you're gonna receive the things you need, the additional things. Because I'm a strong believer, no matter how hard a process may be, I feel that nobody work, whether it's at a job, in spirit, or just by your relationship with a higher being. Nobody work shouldn't go unnoticed. It shouldn't go unnoticed. And I feel that the work will not go unnoticed. Because what? You're being called to evolve. Because they have seen everything that you have already been through, whether if you knowing that it was being seen or not, because he already told you with the second card what you were being tested. If that's the mindset I have to maneuver with through life, I'm being tested. Even though I know things haven't been right, things haven't been fair, but I know my soul. Not only my soul, I know my spirit. Okay? And the final one, because you're meant for more, and you are. What did I just say? And I wasn't even thinking about that card. Nobody work should go unnoticed. Let's talk about it. That's why everybody can't. Oh, look at that. And look at this beautiful Ace of Cups. Look at this. Because you are meant for more. Everybody left you all the way back here and you were being tested. The second card. But by the time you made it to the third, fourth, fifth, the sixth card, Spirit gonna restore. Why? Because you are meant for more. Because what broke off from you, they wasn't with you no way. They weren't for you anyway. They weren't helping you no way. They weren't encouraging you no way. They didn't believe in you no way. But look at Spirit though. All I can say is all praises to the Most High. All praises belongs to Him. So I hope this helps somebody. All right. And Spirit taking me back to the comment where I started it. That's why it's not good to always throw up in people's faces about no jobs. Because you people have to realize everybody ain't stuck on the stupidity of this world. And just because that's the way you flow, everybody's not destined to flow that way. Okay? And the United States know that. So let's end with a word of encouragement. Let's end with a word of encouragement. And we're gonna may come back with one more. I hope this will take. Last time it allowed me to post a video, I think it was like 20 minutes or something like that. So I'm hoping that we get this final word of encouragement and I can come back with one more that will be kind of like 3 videos. Well, I'm going to kind of shift the next reading because I felt like I've been picking up on some energy with these two. It says mindfulness. The largest part of what we call personality is determined by how we opt to defend ourselves against anxiety and sadness. Let go of all anxiety and sadness. What are you left with? And on the next side, it says, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. And that is a quote by Loa Tuz. And then it says to what? Meditate on the breath for 5 minutes. And I feel like this would be a good word of encouragement to help. whomever we was talking about, because Spirit already told you to what? Meditate. All right. I'll be back with one more.